The following is a N.E.R.D Productions audio presentation.
The Sword of Athenia, Chapter 1, The Beginning.
I wish I wasn't so sick.
Hello there. What you doing?
Grandpa.
How you feeling, sport?
Ow.
Well, I heard you weren't feeling so good, so I came here to read you one of my favorite books from when I was a child.
Is there a kiss or another one of those kissing books?
No, nothing of the sort. It's known as the Sword of Athenia. Are you prepared?
Is that just a rip-off of the Sword and the Stone?
What are you talking about? Nuance. That's what I prefer to think of it as. Quit hacking your head off and we'll get started. Let's see. Prologue. Do we need a prologue?
Nope.
Alright. Alright. Chapter 1.
Once upon a time, there were 3 kingdoms. One kingdom was named Athenia, where all of the elves lived. The happy elves, the baking elves, the archer elves. Also, the strangest kind of elf of them all, the silly elves. And the second kingdom was named Atreus. There was the kingdom where the human king reigned. He was a very just king. Very noble people came from that lineage, protecting all that was good and great in the world. And there was a third kingdom, known as the Dark Kingdom, where darkness reigned, where King Triuphilus, the wicked, reigned and never let go his evil grasp. One day, King Triuphilus launched a terrible plot to kill all of the good kingdoms in the world. He engaged in a battle. The king of the elves and the king of the humans fought against the king of darkness. But the king of darkness had a secret. He stole from one of the greatest elf makers that famous sword of Atreus, or however it was pronounced before. He used it to slay both the good kings and to send the 3 kingdoms into an age of eternal darkness.
Wait a second. This is kind of dark, don't you think?
Well, as my grandpappy used to say, things have to be dark before they can be bright again. Isn't that pretty? Quit your hacking and shut up.
As I was saying before, but there was, among the terribleness, a hero would rise, sent on a quest by the great elder of the tribe of Triuphilus. He said to young Yimeon, that was the name of the small human boy who was sent on this great errand. He said, "Little Yimeon, you're one of the descendants of the good King Wenceslas of the humans. You must go looking for this sword that killed him. It's the only way you can kill that wicked king." "But how will I do it? I'm but a mere little boy. I can't be a king." "But being a true king is what's in your heart, not the sword you hold in your hand. Along the road, I have. Are you gonna quit hacking? Thank you. As I was saying, being a king is in your heart, not in the sword you hold in your hand. Along the road to the Dark Kingdom, where you'll find the sword in the stone. In the rock! I mean, in the rock! The sword in the rock.
This is the Sword of the Stone ripoff. You're right.
No, it's not. It's the sword in the rock. Now, listen.
Along the road, I've collected some trusty people who have remained faithful to the true kings of this world. They will meet you, and you will have to pass a test. As many places along the road, as all good stories of this sort have. Also, once you have the sword, you can go fight the Wicked King and rescue the beautiful princess from the tower. Beautiful princess? I didn't know about any beautiful princess. How am I supposed to say there? I don't even have a sword. You will, my friend. You will. Now, the first person you'll meet along the road is the good dwarf. His name is Rumple Bumpkin. Rumple Bumpkin? What kind of a name is that? A very highly respected dwarven name. He will make you the first sword you shall carry on your journey till you have the great Sword of Atreus, as it is known, able to vanquish the most evil of foes. But I'm not sure if I'm prepared. How could I be a hero? I'm just a boy. Would you quit going on about being just a boy? I mean, I get it, but you're going on about it too much. Okay, calm down. I don't want you to yell at me. Well, all right.
Wow.
Here's a backpack with a little bit of food and a riddle that you're supposed to ask the dwarf when you meet him. You mean Rumble Bumpkin? Yes, Rumble Bumpkin. Now go on. Go west, young man. Find Rumble Bumpkin. He will tell you who the next faithful member of our country is, and then you can launch the assault on the Dark Kingdom.
So, little boy, where did they say his name? Prince Peter, as he was now known, since he was of the true line of kings, went on through the woods, skipping and frolicking, while he looked for the dwarf Rumble Bumpkin.
This forest is so dark. I don't know how I'm gonna see.
Oi!
Who's that?
Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dwarf.
That riddle that the elder told me to ask. I run, but never walk. I often murmur, but never talk. And I have a bed, but I do not sleep. What am I?
A butterfly.
That's wrong.
I never was much for riddles.
What's your name?
My name's Rumble Pumpkin.
Rumble Bumpkin. Oh, how glad I am to see you in this dark forest. The elder sent me.
Oh, which one? Was it Pete?
No, Elder Johann.
I don't know him. Never heard of no Johann.
He has a real squeaky voice. Something like this.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
He said you were a true member of this country, a patriot.
Yeah, something like that. So you want a sword or what?
Yes,
Alright then, I'll get right on it.
alright. Do you have a place where I could take a rest? Learning that I'm a prince and going on a quest all in one day has left me awful tired.
Well, you can sleep on the ground right there. The moss is nice and soft. For
Alright.
a soft little boy like you.
Well, I'm rather soft. I guess I'm gonna take a nap. It's strange. It's as if the moss itself were making me oh so sleepy.
But the truth was that this wasn't the giant Rumble Bumpkin at all. He didn't. The true Rumble Bumpkin would have known the answer to the riddle. See, Rumble Bumpkin was a rather clever dwarf. He had fought in the 7 battles of the Archimedes, which were a very difficult set of battles. But this was truly the shape-shifting vulture, a terrible orc bird vulture creature that worked for the wicked king.
Time to transform into my true form! Time to open my portal to talk to the boss!
What brings you here, Vulturious, leader of the Dark Army?
Why, yes, so I got this kid here and he's sleeping in the sleepy moss.
Prince Peter.
Yeah, that's his name.
He shall not be allowed to live to daybreak.
Oh, so you just want me to kill him?
Yes, kill him, cut him, and let the ravenous vultures eat his insides.
Yeah, there's only one small problem with that.
Yes,
I didn't bring any weapons.
pick him apart with your claws.
I haven't sharpened them in a while. They're quite dull.
That will make it all the sweeter as you hear him beg for mercy.
Nah, yeah, sure, but I don't know.
Well, just look at you dispatch of him. I don't much care how you do it.
Okay, I was thinking about just letting him sleep to death.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that special sleeping moss, isn't he?
Yeah.
A sleep from which he shall never return. Return.
Wait. That portal thing back there, is that magic? My mom told me not to listen to magic.
No, that wasn't magic, boy. That was some kind of science or something. Now shut up. So, Prince Peter lay there, defenseless, like a slug. He was sleeping. Man, it goes a long time saying sleeping. I'm just gonna sleeping. And then, all of a sudden, somebody came by.
Hey, let's go poop! La.
Okay. The elf wasn't that silly.
Slide in the shower.
Who are you? Why do you awake me from my slumber? I feel like I should never wish to do anything else again. The slumber is so wonderfully nice.
What are you doing on the sleeping moss?
Sleeping moss? The elder Johann didn't warn me about sleeping moss.
It must have been the shape-shifting eagle.
Shape-shifting eagle? You mean Vulturious?
Yes, wait.
The general of the Dark Armies? I've heard scary stories about him. I don't want to run into him.
Oh, young lad, you need to get off that moss and I'll get you a better sword.
Where's the dwarf? Rumble Bumpkin. Where is he?
You see, the way the shape-shifting vulture worked is he couldn't shape-shift into something that he hadn't recently touched. So that meant that the dwarf Rumble Bumpkin must be around here somewhere. So the boy and silly elf looked all over. They looked high in the treetops. They looked low in the caves. They looked far in the meadow. They looked near in the pond. And it was at the pond where they found the dwarf Rumble Bumpkin tied up in a boat. And he was having a fit, saying awful dwarf sayings. Tired of being tied up in the ropes.
Oh, I feel like I got me butt stuck in a bunion.
and many other sayings.
Oh, if I had onions, I'd cook them up and starve the poor.
Hello over there. I have a bed. I'm sorry. I often run, but never talk. I often murmur, but I never... No, that's not right. He had to regain his composure. I often murmur, but never talk. I often run, but never walk. And I have a bed, but I do not sleep. What am I?
Is it a river?
Yeah. Are you the dwarf Rumble Bumpkin?
What does it look like I am?
I don't know. Let's untie you.
Okay.
Who's this silly elf?
I am a silly elf.
The silly elf often had trouble remembering his name because he was so silly and had his mind occupied with so many silly things, like how many pies he could fit into the saddlebags of a horse, or how many hams he could juggle at once to amuse the king. You see, silly elves prided themselves on being funny, to a fault sometimes. They'd forget secrets, they'd forget even their names at times. This silly elf was named Silliamus, and he was the silliest elf of late. But since the Dark King's reign, he had been ousted because silliness was frowned upon in the Dark Kingdoms.
Ha ha ha. Well, I don't know my name. I think it starts with a J.
I thought you said the elder Johann sent me.
Oh yeah, you want a sword or something, right?
Yes, he said you'd give me my first sword till I could find the sword.
Oh yeah, the one that starts with an A. It's got a long name. I never remember.
The sword of Atreus.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you a nice sword. It's not top quality, but it's gonna get you, gonna get the job done.
He also said you know where to go.
Why, yes. Take this sword. Its name is Barry.
Aren't you supposed to say something when somebody gets a sword?
Oh yeah, take Barry and have fun. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
I will lead my people.
Yeah. The next task. There's a princess in a tower, and a land of dough.
The land of dough? What's in the land of dough?
Oh, I can't tell you. If I told you, you wouldn't go to dough.
All right, lead the way.
So, the dwarf Rumblebumpkin, the silly elf, and Prince Peter walked on the way to the land of dough. Now, in a tower somewhere in the Dark Kingdom sat the beautiful princess. She sat in a tower so high no one would dare climb it, and so fortified no one would dare attack it. And she was trapped in the highest room of the tower, and it was very hard to get out. And she just sat all day lamenting her capture.
I'm so tired of you at this like that.
The princess was very hard to understand at times, for she was half elfish, and slipped into her elfish dialect quite often. Just then, the wicked king entered, as he often did, to tell the princess of her incoming demise.
Hello, princess. Are you prepared to be executed?
The princess rarely answered when the wicked king talked, 'cause she was told never to answer to a wicked king.
Your silence speaks volumes of your fears.
She often misheard, for she was only half elfish, and didn't get the pointy-eared hearing as her elfish brothers and sisters.
Not beards, fears. You shall be burned at the stake. Dicopolis! You're so afraid you can't even let out but a whimper.
The wicked king laughed and then left. Then, next thing that happened was that the dwarf Rumble Bumpkin was leading the troops, and Prince Peter
Grandpa, I'm tired.
All right, kid. I got some stuff to do too, so I guess I can read the rest to you later.
Okay, Grandpa.
This has been a N.E.R.D Productions audio presentation. The Sword of Athenia, starring Eric Wooten, David Wooten, Roger Wooten, and Rachel